All right, good evening, everyone. Today is Thursday, February 5th, 2026, and this is a meeting of the Milford School Committee. We have a couple guests this evening. We'll start with invitation to speak. Sorry, I can't see you around the hall. You can come on up to the... That's okay. You can come on up to the microphone. So invitation to speak is for public feedback to the school committee, allowing members to listen to and understand community concerns. It is not intended for debate. The speaker should provide their name and keep their comments to 3 minutes or less, addressing topics within the committee's jurisdiction. The full policy is under code BEDH, and that can be found on the district website.
Hello,
Hi.
My name is Nicole McKenzie. I'm just going to read. I kind of wrote down so that I don't babble. But I came here basically tonight to bring to your attention the issues with this district's expulsion policy. The policy must be revisited, in my opinion, to ensure due process, transparency, and proportionality. A student's educational future should never depend on opinions, rumors, or gossip in absence of clear, documented, and reviewable factual evidence. Students, as all of us, make mistakes, and disciplinary systems should not be should exist to help them learn from their mistakes, not to permanently exclude them. Educators and administrators, as trusted figures, have a responsibility to act with objectivity and support students, not to judge them or reach conclusions based on unsubstantiated claims. The policy must require progressive discipline and the exhaustion of all reasonable alternatives before expulsion, as stated in our current student handbook. But particularly for students with little or no disciplinary history. These concerns are not isolated. Many parents, community members, and educators, and even administrators from other districts have expressed serious concern and disbelief upon learning of how disciplinary actions have been handled. Disciplinary measures should be corrective and educational, not punitive actions that unnecessarily jeopardize students' futures. I'm asking you, as a community, to please go over these procedures and perhaps look further into what is happening in our community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, I don't believe we have any other speakers for invitation to speak. Let's move on to announcements, correspondence, and distribution.
I just wanted to commend our Woodland musicians who did a phenomenal job, and Mrs. Knapp for navigating so many hundreds of musicians. The string performance was last night, and it was just truly incredible. Like, it was amazing. So kudos to that team.
Excellent.
Nothing.
All right. I see nothing else. I'm going to, as long as you all agree, skip over the chairperson update. I'm guessing you don't want to hear from me when we have a room of MSBA people here. Which will bring me to the MSBA Building Projects Designer Introduction with HMFH. Jonathan? Thank you.
Hello. Hi there.
How are you?
We just wanted to come and introduce ourselves. We have recently been selected for the U Milford High School projects. We're very excited. I'm Bobby Williams from HMFH Architects. I'm the principal in charge.
And I'm Stephanie McNeil. I'll be the project manager on the project.
So we are hoping to engage as much as we need to with the community and with this group, and however the school building committee wants to use us. We were the architects for the Woodland Elementary School, so we're really excited to work with you guys again. So thank you.
Very good. Any questions or comments?
You guys looking at me? Yeah. Look at them for the question. Yeah,
really
I guess
excited
I guess I'll circle back first, or go ahead, Craig.
Yes,
Go ahead,
You
Craig.
go.
Oh,
Wow.
thank you.
Priority.
I'm wondering if one thing I wanted to save for HMFH, I guess, was the if you guys could talk about the visioning and programming work plan that we're about to engage in. I wanted to save it because I think that this is a good opportunity to involve a lot of different stakeholders. So I wondered if you guys
Sure.
can talk a little bit about that.
Yep. Yeah, so the beginning part of every MSBA project is a visioning session or two. We have an educational consultant, he's an ed planner named Mike Perello, who's going to lead this for the community. And we tend to try to get a large user groups together, makeup of administrators, teachers, students, community members. We did a similar thing at Woodland Elementary School. And these really set the educational goals for the project as well as the facility goals. And a lot of times, these are the goals we use to kind of weigh decisions as we move forward. They help inform the educational plan that's going to be created for the project. And that educational plan is really the framework that the MSBA reviews for all the spaces that will be in your new school. So they give you a very prescriptive amount of spaces, but every school differs in different ways, and that educational plan will be very important. So it's really important to get a lot of community voices, teachers, everyone to really help participate, because that really will say this is what the vision of the new Milford High School wants to be, and especially because you're looking to make it a comprehensive high school, it's going to transform a little bit in terms of how it's being used. So it'd be just a great opportunity to see who you can get involved in that.
And then, beyond that official educational visioning process, throughout our design process, we'll be meeting with all of the various teacher groups, special education groups, kind of every distinct functionality that's happening in the high school, and we'll be having specific meetings to sit down with them to, we'll start at big picture and then be really dialing down to, what is the casework and cabinetry in your room going to look like, and how many power outlets do you need. So it'll go from that really macro to micro level with each educator's group throughout the process.
So I guess the reason I bring it up is because it's here. Here it is in there. We're kicking it off like within the next week or two. It's starting to get folks in rooms and talking about what a new high school could look like. So very shortly, I'm going to be sending an email out to all community members, all of our community members, and seeing who wants to be involved in that process. But this is where it gets really exciting. We start talking about our hopes and dreams and where we hope this project will take our school district. So I'm very excited for that to start. I'm also very excited to, HMFH, for those of you that don't know, we also worked on Woodland. So Bobby and I have experience from 10 years or so, even maybe a little more back. So it's good to be back working with Bobby.
Thank
so
you.
Had good experience over at Woodland, and looking forward to working with him moving forward.
And just to point out, one of the things that came out of the visioning from that was to 21st century learning and what that would look like. And Woodland is actually one of the first schools built by the MSBA that has those project areas and those additional spaces that were created, and now every school has them. So Woodland actually kind of was the one of the first test cases for that with the MSBA projects, which is really cool. So,
Chris?
So, I'm Michael. I'm really excited you're here. I'm also on the building committee, so we'll see each other. So, last night we were at this violin concert with the schools, and the person that I was sitting next to is my neighbor, Jacob Wyckoff, who works for News Channel 4.
Mhm.
And we were talking about the new high school, and he was like, we did a story a couple of years ago on this great high school in Waltham. And I was like, he showed me all the pictures, and like, wait a minute, I think we just picked these guys. And so I think you guys were part of that project.
we didn't do the Waltham High School.
You did?
But we did do Arlington.
Arlington.
We've done a lot of really fun high schools. But Waltham it's a nice high school. It's a comprehensive high school too. So
What he brought up was specifically their net zero school.
Yep.
Which I thought was pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm recently coming up. My last 8 years, I've been entrenched in Arlington and Arlington's high school, which we've just received LEED Platinum certification for, and has lots of fantastic accolades to go along with it. That took a really great collaborative effort between our team, the town. So I'm very, it's been nothing but positive interactions with everyone that I'm excited to dig in with you all to create another fantastic high school.
I guess, quickly to add, certainly HMFH gave a great presentation. There was 2 presentations that we had a few weeks ago. It was unanimous consent between myself, Craig, and Mike. We were very impressed with just their experience, right? Arlington High School was one of the factors, their comprehensive experience. So, as we move forward, we know that there is the physical building, but then there's also that educational component, as Craig just spoke to. And in their presentation and how they look at the creation of the building and how it relates to that educational component, especially since we're going with the CTE program. So we're excited with that. Obviously, we'll have a nice aggressive schedule that we're really looking to support. Well, you know, aggressive to get our students into the new school
Yeah.
and get these CTE programs going. So again, very excited. I think when Craig presents from the educational side, it's going to be very important for us to be a part of that and really have a good knowledge. And again, there'll be the physical building and then the educational component that I think is going to be driving us, and especially since, you know, the school building committee, they are driving the project and they are in a sense a customer, but I feel like, you know, we are the ultimate customer, right? Because we're representing the school community. So it'll be an exciting work environment.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I remember the old Woodland.
Yeah.
I
do too,
New
actually.
Woodland. My oldest son remembers the old Woodland. My two youngest know the new one.
Oh, that's good.
And it's a big difference between the two. So
Excellent.
to see that being able to happen again, I'm excited for it.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we're thrilled to have you back with us, so thank you for all the work that you'll do. I think to the comment you just made around the 8 years you spent at Arlington, could you just give the community a very high level sort of, what should you expect from Hero, kind of hitting some key milestones?
Hopefully not 8.
Knowing I'm not looking you to sign up for any dates, but just kind of generally
Yeah.
what should people expect this takes between this, just to give them a sense.
Yeah, I think, you know, we'll be kicking off all of the ed visioning and planning, and then that will, so right now our brains are focused on what we call a feasibility study. So we have, in that feasibility study portion, we have 2 separate reports that will go into the Mass School Building Authority, and those are going to really contain, like Craig was alluding to, you know, the educational program. So that's going to be the bulk of the lift of setting the stage of what needs to go into this building. And then after those reports happen, we move into schematic design, and that's the beginning design stages where we, you know, at that point we'll have worked our way. In the first report, we look at the myriad of options. The second report, we've narrowed down to 3 options. And then at the end of that report, we're now down to the 1. And then in schematic design, you develop that 1 option. That's where we'll be making sure that we're on budget for it, what is going to be our overall budget for the project. And that is all going to take.
It's going to probably, yeah, we're going to say 16 to 24 months. We'll just give it a range.
Yep,
But
no
we're
worries.
going to try to hit that as quick as possible.
Sure.
Because, you know, we want to provide the best value, and, you know, getting the kids in quicker is better for everybody.
And completely understand that, you know, your firm doesn't hold
Yeah.
all the milestones,
Yeah,
and, you know,
we're
you can't
actually
track
working on
everything.
that right
so,
now to
yeah,
help
yeah.
build that out.
Absolutely.
But
Great.
and then construction itself, once it starts, will probably take about 30 months.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe a little bit longer, depending on how the phasing might have to work, or if it's a new build, or if it's a major renovation. You know,
Sure.
that's all we're kind of studying right now, is to figure out what is the right solution for the new project.
Great.
So.
Thank you.
All right.
And if I may just add a little bit to that, in case James Reefstall, the OPM, it's not like we just hired them on and they're going, but it's not that we have the MSBA oversight. So part of the schedule that we have to take into account is that we need to give time to the MSBA. We're giving these submissions to them. They give a thorough review, and so and give comments that we then need to provide comments back to,
Yeah, to
and or
respond to.
modify or justify
Sure.
what we have in there. So it's not just, you know, these guys are excellent at what they do, but then we additionally have that additional oversight of the MSBA, who, you know, they see buildings throughout the whole Commonwealth, and so it's a good process.
Thank you. Well, the building and the grounds are used certainly by the whole community, so we appreciate all your effort to make
Sure.
it a great home.
Excellent. Thanks for making the time to come out.
Yeah,
I really
no problem.
appreciate it. I'm sure we'll have you back at some point in the future.
Yeah,
Sounds
happy
good.
to give
Awesome.
a presentation or anything.
Yeah.
Excellent.
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you very
You too.
much.
Great day.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll move now to the warrant articles for annual town meeting. We do have one for vending machines. It's in the packet. Did everybody get a chance to read it, or do you want me to read
I'll
it?
make a motion to approve that, Matt.
All right, motion to approve the vending machine article made by Megan, second by Derek. Any discussion on it? None? All right, all in favor? Unanimous? Okay. Move on to the report of the school business administrator.
Okay, so In addition to the personnel updates, I have actually both are elementary school EL department surplus. They're from 2014 and they're not meeting the state standard for EL education anymore. So I just hope for a vote to declare surplus for those materials.
All right, so just to be clear, we're looking for a vote to declare surplus for the following. It's K through 2 EL department surplus, and then 3 through 5 EL department curriculum materials surplus. Motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion by Chris, second by Megan. All in favor? Unanimous, thank you. And we also do have a personnel update in here for everybody. All right, so that brings us to the consent agenda. Before I start that, there is an out-of-state request in here. Did anybody have any questions or comments that needed to be made on that? Or can we include it? All good? All right.
Actually, just one quick.
Yeah, sure.
Craig in there, just, sorry, should be ready for this. It states in his contract that there are these types of trips. I just want to verify that.
Yes.
Just for anybody would be listening and asking on that. So again, it's outlined in his contract that these types of conferences are
Yes.
he's able to attend. Okay.
Okay. So the consent agenda tonight is going to include the following: the approval of minutes from the January 22nd, 2026 regular meeting, the January 29th, 2026 budget meeting, an out-of-state travel request for the Woodland principal, and the approval of 8 warrants in the amount of $801,647.39, and professional development totaling $8,646. Motion to approve? Motion by Chris. Second? By Derek. All in favor? It's unanimous. Thank you. Future agenda items.
Can I ask a quick question though, on the travel? I'm just reading through it. It says that he's going to use his own points for his flights. Why? Why would we think of that?
You can tell them no, I guess, if you pay for it.
So, yeah, why can't we pay for it? I mean, I'm able to apply my own flight using my personal credit card points. I would use the $1,500 in my contract allowance to leave the balance.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I read it the same way as you did. I just figured that maybe to help offset costs of the overall, that he just felt like he would at least use his own points and reduce overall costs.
I mean, this is a proposal.
Yeah,
So you certainly could say, well,
I find it strange that he would use his own personal funds to go on a work trip.
you could
Well-
say that you'll fully fund the 2,500 also. It's his proposal.
Sorry for bringing it up. I was just reading through quick. It just didn't make sense to me.
When does he need an official answer by? I know we just voted on it.
I
I mean,
I don't cause a big issue.
It's-
I just don't understand why he would use his own money to go on a
It's in
trip
March.
to work.
In March. Okay, I know you probably has to
Yeah,
plan it.
and- Bring the fan.
So
I mean,
Just thinking through the process there, because if you wanted to run that by him, that's fine, but I would assume if it changes the amount, we should probably re-vote on that.
You could
well, we're
maybe
just
do it up to-
approving the out-of-state
we're
request.
approving the request. As
Yeah.
far as money, that's still up to Craig
Yeah.
and crew.
That'll come through in a.
That's true. That's fine.
I mean, it's just
I'm okay with that then. I think you're right. I don't think we have to actually approve the dollar value. It's within his contract. It's allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're approving on a state travel.
I just found it strange that he's using some personal funds to go on this.
Okay.
He's going to pay something out of pocket anyway. He only asked for 1,500, which aligns with his contract.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going for the
The
amount over,
trip is
that's why it's
25.
in there.
Yeah.
So basically, we're saying his contract says whatever,
Mhm.
and it's going to
He's
cost more than his
proposing
contract.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
Does
right.
his-
He's
and
proposing
he's gonna
that,
pay the
but
balance.
Mhm.
Does his contract have a cap on costs? Is that why?
1,500.
It says 1,500, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That makes sense.
No. Either way,
Out of
Out of
state travel approved.
out of state is approved.
Out-of-state is approved.
Um,
Yeah.
Future agenda items. Does anybody have anything for that?
Just kind of curious, maybe get an update. Well, I guess it's not on there. Policy, just we haven't seen policy in a while, so I'll just give a little push to our policy subcommittee, as it's one of our 3 things that we do. I know that I'm not in the room, so I'm sure you're working hard, but I will
I would have
ask anyways.
We would have given us an update, but it's not on the agenda. Mr. Chair. We had a good meeting today.
Good.
Hey, no updates. Anything else? No? All right.
Just a question, Matt.
Yeah.
There are a few items in January that I don't believe we covered. Are we still tracking?
Which one, on the long term?
Yeah, like the district priorities update, Craig. I don't know that we did that recently.
That is something,
We've been kind of doing along the way.
So just sort of embedded, is that how we're
Yeah.
thinking about? Okay, that's fair. And then there was one other that I wanted to ask about. The mid-year
Goals.
review of your
Yeah, the
goals.
goals.
Sorry, I just want to make sure we don't fall too out of cycle with that, Matt. So
Yep.
just so we can put that on a future one.
yeah, we can put that on,
Thanks.
What we do next?
yeah,
Whatever works.
does that work?
Thanks.
Thank you. Any more? No? All right. Just note those down. All right, so that does bring us to adjournment of the open session. We do have executive session to discuss both MTA bargaining and AFSCME bargaining. We will not be returning to open session, and this does require a roll call. Gary?
Yes.
Got it backwards.
All good.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm also a yes, thank you.